everyone. Welcome back to Learn Conversational English. I'm Jenny.
And I'm John. Today we're diving into something that's been on everyone's mind lately.
Oh, the big question, right? Is artificial intelligence making our world better? Or is it slowly taking away that human connection we all crave?
That's it. I mean, it's 2026 now, and AI is everywhere. Sometimes I wonder if we're building bridges or walls between people.
You know, growing up in China, I watched technology transform everything so quickly. My grandmother used to write letters by hand to our relatives in other cities. Now my mom sends voice messages to the same relatives instantly. But here's the thing. She says those voice messages feel more personal than any AI-generated text ever could.
That's fascinating. You can hear the emotions, the little pauses, the way someone's voice changes when they're excited or worried.
Exactly. But then I use AI to help translate complex documents for work, and it's incredible how sophisticated it's become.
Oh, for sure. I was just thinking about this the other day. You know how in Canada, we're always talking about bringing communities together, eh?
Yeah.
Well, AI is actually helping small towns stay connected. My cousin lives in a tiny place in Saskatchewan, and they use AI-powered platforms to organize everything from hockey tournaments to community gardens.
That's a great example. So technology is actually facilitating human connection rather than replacing it?
In some ways, yeah. But I'll be honest, Jenny, sometimes I feel like we're losing something too. Like, have you noticed how AI can predict what we want to say before we even finish typing?
Oh my goodness, yes. It's like it knows me better than I know myself sometimes.
And that's both amazing and terrifying. Are we becoming more efficient communicators, or are we just becoming more predictable?
Ooh, that's such a good point. I've been thinking about this algorithmic influence on our daily interactions. Like, when AI curates our social media feeds,
Uh-huh.
it shows us content that reinforces our existing preferences. We end up in these echo chambers where everyone thinks the same way we do.
Right, and that's not really human connection, is it? True connection happens when we encounter different perspectives, when we're challenged to think in new ways.
Absolutely. But then again, John, I think about how AI language models are breaking down barriers. People who speak different languages can now communicate in real time.
That's true.
My dad recently had a video call with his old colleague in Germany. Neither speaks the other's language fluently, but AI translation made their conversation seamless.
Wow, that's incredible. So in that case, AI is actually enhancing human connection by eliminating the language barrier.
Exactly. But here's where it gets complicated. What about authenticity? When we rely on AI to help us express ourselves, are we still being genuine?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, if AI helps me write a more eloquent email to a friend, is that still me communicating?
I think it depends on the intention. If you're using AI as a tool to better express your genuine thoughts and feelings, then yes, it's still authentically you.
That makes sense.
But if you're letting AI generate responses without any personal input, then you're essentially outsourcing your communication. That's when we lose the human element.
I love that distinction. Using AI as a tool versus letting it replace your voice entirely. It reminds me of this conversation I had with my neighbor last weekend.
Oh, tell me about it.
She's an elderly woman who was worried about feeling isolated from her grandchildren because they're always using new technology she doesn't understand.
Aw, that's so common nowadays.
But then her daughter introduced her to this AI assistant that helps her navigate social media and video calling. Now she's more connected to her family than ever before.
That's beautiful. So AI became this bridge between generations. It didn't replace human connection. It enabled it.
Absolutely. But you know what's interesting, Jenny? She still prefers receiving handwritten birthday cards over digital messages.
Ha! That's so sweet. There's something irreplaceable about that tangible physical effort someone puts into a handwritten note.
Yeah, the imperfections, the personal handwriting, even the choice of paper. It all tells a story that AI can't replicate.
This makes me think about emotional intelligence. AI can analyze our communication patterns and suggest more empathetic responses. But can it truly understand the nuances of human emotion, Like when someone says they're fine, but their tone suggests otherwise.
Oh, that's such a good example. Those subtle cues, the context, the shared history between two people, that's where human intuition still reigns supreme.
Right? And that's what makes relationships meaningful. The ability to read between the lines, to understand what someone needs even when they can't articulate it themselves.
You know what I think, Jenny? Maybe the question isn't whether AI is refining or erasing the human touch. Maybe it's about how we choose to integrate it into our lives.
I love that perspective. It's about maintaining our agency and consciousness in how we use these tools.
Exactly. We can leverage AI to enhance our capacity for connection while still preserving what makes us uniquely human.
So maybe the real challenge is developing that digital wisdom, knowing when to embrace technology and when to step back and rely on our natural human instincts.
That's beautifully put. Digital wisdom. I like that phrase. It's about being intentional rather than just going along with whatever's convenient.
Well, this has been such a thought-provoking conversation, John. I think our listeners have a lot to consider about their own relationship with AI and technology. You know, this reminds me of something my friend told me about dating apps. She said AI matching algorithms introduced her to her husband, someone she never would have met otherwise.
Absolutely, Jenny. And remember, folks, whether AI is building bridges or barriers really depends on how thoughtfully we choose to use it. Really? That's actually a perfect example of AI facilitating genuine human connection. The algorithm didn't replace the relationship, it just helped two compatible people find each other.
Thanks so much for joining us on Learn Conversational English. Keep practicing those natural conversation patterns we discussed today. Exactly. And she said the real magic happened when they started talking. AI brought them together, but their connection was purely human. Their sense of humor, their shared values, the way they made each other laugh.
Until next time, keep those human connections strong. See you soon.